hating on me from the sideline? What you look like, cause I call it pipeline. Why these niggas hating on me from the sideline? What you look like, cause I call it pipeline. Why these niggas...
You just introduce yourself.
My name is JUSTINKASE. Real name Justin Taylor. You know, I make beats.
That's all you doing now right now? You ain't rapping no more?
Nah, I just make beats. You know, trying to help all these other rappers, trying to get on, and artists in general, not just rappers, but yeah, I just make beats. That's my thing.
Okay. So how you get started?
Making beats.
Period. I want to know everything. Start from nigga when you had to write down your first bar. I want it all. How you get started? Why you get started?
Got started in I say in 8th grade with two of my partners. We just be in class all the time, just trying to write some raps. We didn't like to know beats or nothing. We just writing. We didn't know nothing about song structure, bars, nothing. We just writing shit that rhyme. You feel me? And thinking we was hella raw. We was just trying to be some hot boys. You know what I'm saying? That's when they was hot. You feel me? So we was trying to be like them. And then basically we was doing that. We decided, alright, we're gonna be a group. We wanted to be rappers, but then we ain't had no beats. So that's when I ended up trying to learn how to make beats, but it was sick for the first 2 years. We trying to do that shit, but they seemed cool enough to us. So you feel me? We started making songs, and then of course we keep doing that. We just got better and better at it to the point where we was actually getting radio play some more shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just a long story short. We just started from little kids doing that shit for fun, and then just all the songs started getting better, and we decided, you know what, we're going to try to do this for real. And then a lot of people do that now, apparently. It's a million rappers, but
only greatness gonna find through though.
Yeah, that's true. Same way I look at it. So yeah.
What made you switch from being a rapper or artist to being a producer?
I got better at making beats and rapping. Basically, in my opinion, I was just and then it came easier. You know, make a beat, it just came you know what I mean? It just flowed out, as opposed to when I'm writing a verse or something. I gotta I'm trying to think about it, 'cause I'm trying to make sure I say the right shit, make sure I say something clever, something that's gonna make somebody think. But when you just producing the music, it just pours out of you. Basically, if you know what you're doing, or if you feel the music like that, it's just gonna. You just touch the keys, fuck with it, and then you can be like, that sound good. You know, really, it's not as much. It's not as, I don't know. I can't even think of the word, but for me, I don't know. It's just way easier for me, at least. I know other people would rather go and write a verse than make a beat, but then that's just you be blessed with certain talents. So you know,
exactly.
If that's what I'm good at. That's what I'm good at. And if they're good at rapping, then that's what they're good at. You know what I mean? So it's all good. No biggie.
The question I want to know personally, what made you switch from playing basketball to rapping? I know you're doing both of them at the same time, but what made you just switch to one side?
It came to a point where, because in high schools, I didn't have shit to worry about. You know, it's just I could do ball, do all that. I didn't have no bills or none of that. But then, after high school, it came to a point where, I had to decide what I was going to do. You know what I mean? It was if I really want to do this music, I can't be going to no basketball practice, you know what I mean? And vice versa. If I really want to do basketball, I can't be oh, I got to go to the studio. I should be out, nigga, taking 100 shots somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So, I had to think about it. Got out of high school, I thought about it. I felt personally, I'm better at making music than I am at basketball. I'm cool at making basketball, but I can make some dope music. So, you feel me? That's how I looked at it. So, I played my strong hand, basically. And then, you feel me? Basketball slowly fell off, and then it was just fuck it, I just, you feel me, play for fun every now and then with my niggas, and then try to get on making this, you feel me, this music money, basically.
Go down through your discography for me. What was your first CD as a group, solo, whatever?
Our first CD, the group I was in was BAY. Our first CD was this. We was in 12th grade, 03, I think, 03, 04, and then we just was go to our partner house and record. We had some more minimal, you know what I mean, equipment, and we just go in there and record hella songs, and we were just having fun, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no kind of, our songs wasn't mixed, none of that, it just sounded shit, but we having fun. You could tell if you listen to it, at the time you could tell we was having fun making it. So that was our first thing. It was yeah, it's called Shoe Strap Tight. Like all jokes aside or something like that. Like we really like printed it up on some red construction paper and just cut all the shits up and put it in CD cases.
Really grinding.
Yeah, and really went up to the school and was like, was we selling those or giving them away? I think we were selling them. And
I remember it.
Yeah, we were selling them them little red things, and then somehow people started liking it. You know what I mean? So people started liking it, like, I don't know, a few songs here and there, and then we started actually like feeling ourselves like, okay, we could really be doing this, you know what I'm saying? So after that, and we got in there, we started to work on a volume 2, and then we said, you know what, we might as well do a real album. Decided to do that, and that was a self-titled album we had. The first one we dropped. Well, nobody likes it now. Nobody who was on it like it. We don't mess with that. That was our first attempt at an album. We didn't know what we were doing. But that was we first started getting a little love off of that. Like that was like we was actually getting like shit played in the club. People recognized us who we was. We was getting let in places for free. All like because we only had like one dope song on there. You know what I mean? That people was fucking with. And then did that shit. That was cool. And then we decided to do another mixtape, and we called that one Crack Music. And this one was green. We had all these colors for these CDs. So this one was green, and then that's when our buzz really started picking up, because then that's when like around we started messing with MySpace and everything. So then that way, that's before everybody in the world was on there. So we started messing with that, and then we was MySpace grinding. You know what I mean? People started hearing our music, hearing like some of the songs, and that mixtape was actually, even though it's old, we did that about 05, 06. You know what I'm saying? When we listen back to it, I still slap that. You know what I mean? I still like, oh, we did a good job. We was having fun doing that one too.
Seems like that better than the album, the first album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, that shit was having. That's when I think it seemed like everybody else liked that better too, because then like our buzz started to skyrocket, and then after that we decided to do another album, and then this one we actually try to go in on. This one was called Grind Intent to Sell. Like we went and got commercials made, and
I've seen
you know
it.
what I mean, we had a song getting radio play. You know what I'm saying? We had shows with other local artists. Like we had shows. We opened up for Fab and doing and Grouch. We was at Super Hyphy something. I forgot which number, but 18, 19, Super Hyphy 19 with Clyde, your boy. Who else was there? Clyde, your boy, Kafani. I don't know, a whole bunch of Bay Area people was there. So we was in there doing that, getting a little buzz on. And then what it was, we just, I don't know, we didn't play our cards right. So we had a single at first, this song called Dum 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 Dum, when we was getting little radio plays, building buzz. But then we were in a big group. First of all, there's 7 of us in this group. So you know what I'm saying, you can't get 7 people to be on the same page at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
It's impossible.
So all that, you know what I'm saying, like the chemistry started coming apart. So after that pushed our whole album back a year. So before our first single started catching the buzz, I mean after our first single started catching the buzz is when we dropped the album, like a year after that though. You know what I mean? So by the time we dropped the album, that buzz had already died, because we didn't do anything else. You know what I mean? So then after that, there was a whole bunch of hustling trying to build that buzz back up. But then, you feel me, it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? So stuff started becoming frustrated. So then basically a lot of 7 people not gonna be on the same page. So people started butting heads. You know what I mean? So then like, you know, one member left, another member left, and then like, I don't know, a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't even know. I guess I was like the second person to leave, so I don't know what happened after that. And then shit started falling apart, you know what I mean? But it was fun while we did it. It's just people started growing up, and then like, you know what I'm saying, part of the reason I left was because I ended up having a son. So you know what I'm saying, I kind of left music for like a whole year, like I didn't make a beat, didn't do nothing, you know what I mean? I was just like working 2 jobs and doing some other shit, you know what I mean? But then I just ended up coming back onto this, like, I don't know, because I wasn't happy, you know what I mean? And for me, music makes me happy, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up starting doing it again, and then, you feel me? And then right now, you know what I mean, I ain't where we used to be, but like my buzz is coming back up because I'm active, you know what I'm saying? So like that's what if that's any message I gotta get anybody, just be active. Go out and do something. Go meet some people. Go make some music, you know what I mean? go do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But then that was the last project that group dropped, was that Grind to Sell. And I posted I made a little mixtape, just brought my friends over, produced all the songs. We really was in here like all through come here and be here till the sun came up, you know what I'm saying? Just doing hella songs. And I ended up dropping that, just like a little internet thing, nothing big. It's called Insomnia. You can find it on my website, JUSTINKASEmusic.com. And that was the last thing I really did. Now I'm just, just doing a little freelance stuff, trying to get my foot in the door, you know what I'm saying? But with some bigger names and all that.